Breaking developments are emerging across Britain after a newly posted video reportedly featuring Tommy Robinson began circulating widely on social platforms. According to several commentators reviewing the footage, the clip appeared during an evening live stream before spreading rapidly across multiple networks. Observers say Robinson questioned Keir Starmer's leadership style, using phrasing that some interpreted as suggesting the Prime Minister may be unprepared for current challenges. The clip quickly became the subject of intense discussion online. Individuals familiar with the live stream say the moment surfaced without prior build-up. They report that Robinson seemed to be reacting to a broader pattern of political decisions made in recent weeks. Commentators described the tone as pointed but controlled, noting that the remarks were framed in a way that blended political critique with personal observation. As the live stream segment ended, several viewers reportedly clipped the portion containing Robinson's comments and shared it across various channels. Some observers now ask a simple question that has started circulating online. Do people feel the same concerns he voiced, or do they see the situation differently? Within minutes, media outlets began taking notice. Analysts say the clip gained attention faster than similar political videos posted earlier this month. Some broadcasters adjusted their evening programming to include brief segments discussing the reactions forming online. According to journalists monitoring digital trends, the clip became one of the most shared political moments of the day, drawing engagement from audiences across multiple demographics. Political analysts reviewing the footage say Robinson may have been responding to Starmer's recent public statements on national security. These statements, delivered earlier in the week, generated varied reactions among political reporters and commentators. Some observers believe Robinson was referencing concerns raised during earlier policy debates, although the specific context of his remarks remains open to interpretation. Analysts caution that without a full transcript of the live stream, conclusions about his intent should remain tentative. Several political correspondents noted that Starmer's most recent briefing had already created discussion among MPs and policy experts. They say Robinson's remarks appear to have tapped into an existing conversation about the government's direction. Commentators argue that the response online reflects broader frustration expressed by many users during recent political cycles. According to social media analysts, the rapid spread of the clip indicates that leadership concerns continue to resonate strongly with certain segments of the public. Meanwhile, networks began shifting their focus toward panel discussions. Broadcasters brought in political analysts, former advisors, and media strategists to interpret the clip's significance. Many discussions centered around what Robinson might have been responding to rather than the statement itself. Some experts suggested his tone indicated a lack of confidence in the Prime Minister's recent proposals, particularly those related to domestic and security issues. Others emphasised that comments made during live streams often blend personal opinion with rhetorical flair and should be evaluated within that broader context. Journalists covering the political beat described the moment as a reminder of how quickly online commentary can influence public debate. They noted that Robinson, as a prominent and polarising figure, frequently generates strong reactions. Some media analysts argued that the clip's sudden prominence may reflect broader anxieties about national leadership rather than a direct challenge to Starmer himself. They urged viewers to keep in mind that social reactions often evolve rapidly and unpredictably. As coverage continued, public engagement intensified. Within an hour of the clip being shared, hashtags referencing the moment began trending across major platforms. Users posted short excerpts, quotes, and personal interpretations of Robinson's remarks. Digital sentiment trackers, which analysed the volume and tone of online messages, indicated a noticeable increase in discussions related to leadership credibility. According to commentators, the spike suggested that audiences were actively debating the implications of the video rather than reacting passively. Observers warn that early online reactions often shift as more information becomes available. They highlight past political moments where initial responses softened or reversed once additional context emerged. Analysts remind viewers that live stream segments can be interpreted differently depending on the audience, especially when only small portions of longer conversations are shared. Still, many users appeared eager to weigh in. Some commenters expressed agreement with Robinson's concerns. Others dismissed the remarks as an overreaction or political rhetoric. Several users requested the full live stream recording, arguing that only complete context could clarify Robinson's intent. Commentators say this back and forth illustrates how fragmented public interpretation can become during fast-moving online events. Network analysts also noted the timing of the video's surge. With several national debates scheduled in the coming weeks, any clip questioning leadership credibility may attract heightened interest. Political researchers suggest that viral political moments often influence the tone of future discussions, even if they do not directly shape policy outcomes. Broadcast outlets continued replaying the clip in short segments throughout the evening. Many programs emphasise that Robinson's comments remain his personal interpretation and do not reflect any confirmed evaluation of the government's performance. Presenters also reminded viewers that reactions captured online represent a mixture of opinion, speculation and commentary rather than verified political analysis. Despite the clip's traction, several experts urged caution when interpreting its impact. They noted that viral moments often fade quickly once news cycles move forward. However, they also acknowledged that comments perceived as questioning leadership can occasionally spark deeper national conversations if they align with broader public sentiment. As the evening progressed, discussions continued to spread. Some analysts predicted the topic could stay active into the following week, depending on how political figures and commentators respond. Others argued that this moment may become part of a recurring pattern where online clips reignite debates about leadership, trust and national direction. What remains clear, according to multiple observers, is that the reaction to Robinson's remarks has already become a significant point of discussion across media platforms. Analysts say the coming days will determine whether the clip marks a brief surge of attention or a moment that contributes to wider questions about the Prime Minister's leadership in the current political climate. As the clip involving Tommy Robinson continued to circulate, parliamentary reaction began forming quickly. Several MPs reportedly expressed concern that Robinson's comments could influence public sentiment at a sensitive political moment. According to individuals familiar with early discussions inside Westminster, some members feared the video might elevate questions about leadership at a time when the government was attempting to maintain a stable public message. These concerns were described as cautionary rather than confrontational, reflecting a desire to prevent unnecessary escalation. Supporters of Keir Starmer responded by suggesting that Robinson's remarks may have misrepresented the Prime Minister's priorities. According to parliamentary aides, several MPs argued privately that the video framed ongoing policy debates too narrowly. They claimed that Starmer's approach to national issues reflects a broader strategy that is often more complex than short video clips allow. Commentators said these reactions highlighted the challenge political leaders face when social media condenses longer discussions into viral moments. Other MPs took a different position. According to several political correspondents, some members felt the clip captured frustrations they hear from constituents. These MPs reportedly argued that the video resonated with certain segments of the public who have expressed concerns about leadership direction. Analysts say this divergence within Parliament illustrates how viral content can deepen existing differences in interpretation and emphasis among elected officials. Experts note that debates like this often set the stage for more intense parliamentary exchanges. Some analysts believe that Robinson's remarks, even if informal, may reappear during upcoming sessions as MPs reference shifts in public sentiment. They emphasise that viral political clips frequently influence the tone of debates even when the content itself is not directly addressed. Observers caution that the full impact may become apparent only after future parliamentary interactions unfold. As political responses developed, analysts began weighing in across multiple networks. Political experts suggested the clip touched on long-standing discussions about Starmer's approach to national challenges. According to commentary aired on several stations, questions about leadership messaging and public communication have surfaced periodically throughout recent months. Analysts say Robinson's remarks may have amplified these underlying conversations rather than created new ones. Some experts claimed the video echoed concerns raised in earlier debates. They pointed to past policy discussions where MPs and commentators expressed differing views on strategy, timing and national priorities. While these comparisons remain speculative, several analysts argued that Robinson's phrasing tapped into themes that have been part of ongoing political discourse. Commentators noted that these interpretations vary depending on ideological perspective and audience expectations. Others said Robinson's remarks appear to highlight a growing divide between government messaging and certain public expectations. According to media researchers, social platforms often magnify such divides, especially when political communication intersects with emotionally charged issues. Analysts noted that viral content tends to accelerate these conversations, encouraging viewers to interpret leadership decisions through the lens of online discourse. Commentators repeatedly reminded audiences that interpretations of the clip remain unofficial. They emphasised that Robinson's remarks should be viewed within the broader context of political commentary, rather than as a definitive assessment of government performance. Experts cautioned that early analysis is often revised as more context becomes available, especially when live stream excerpts are involved. As domestic discussion expanded, international networks also began covering the story. US broadcasters reportedly included the clip in segments examining political communication trends across Western democracies. European outlets described the reaction as unusually swift for a domestic British issue, noting that political commentary from public figures seldom gains traction abroad unless tied to larger themes. Several foreign analysts framed the situation as an example of rising public scrutiny of leadership decisions. They observed that viral moments frequently influence political narratives regardless of their original context. According to international commentators, the interest surrounding Robinson's remarks reflects broader global patterns in which political debate increasingly unfolds through social platforms and broadcast fragments. Observers pointed out that international attention often increases when viral moments intersect with discussions about leadership stability. According to media researchers, foreign audiences tend to focus on countries where political debates display signs of tension or rapid public reaction. While the extent of international impact remains unclear, analysts say the story's cross-border visibility demonstrates how quickly domestic commentary can attract global interest. Back in Britain, policy researchers began examining what the moment might mean for Starmer's future political narrative. According to early assessments, the discussion may signal deeper questions about public confidence in government direction. Researchers stress that political leadership often becomes a focal point during periods of national uncertainty, leading to heightened interest in commentary that challenges or critiques existing strategies. Some commentators believe that moments like this can shape upcoming political debates. They argue that viral content often becomes reference material for future discussions, even if the original remarks were informal. Analysts pointed to previous cycles in which isolated comments influenced debate themes for weeks or months afterward. They also noted that Starmer's response or lack of response could determine whether the moment fades quickly or evolves into a recurring topic. Experts emphasise that public perception can shift rapidly when viral political content spreads. According to social behaviour researchers, viewers often form opinions based on the earliest interpretations they encounter, especially when the clip includes charged language or strong personal viewpoints. Analysts caution that such shifts can either stabilise or change direction as more context becomes available. Several commentators concluded that the coming days will determine whether Robinson's remarks represent a brief controversy or a starting point for a broader leadership conversation. They noted that political narratives often depend on how leaders, media outlets and the public respond to unfolding discussions. For now, analysts say the situation remains fluid, with reactions continuing to spread across platforms and public forums. Observers agree that Robinson's comments have already become a notable point of discussion. Whether the moment grows into a larger debate or settles as a short-term reaction will likely depend on how political actors navigate the conversations emerging across media, parliament and the broader public sphere.